So I'd like to welcome you guys to another craptastic presentation of Half-Life Blue Shift. I'm just going to get two obvious things out of the way, or not really obvious things, but two elephants in the room out of the way. One, Wilmer Flores didn't swing that bat. And two, Blue Shift came with the high-def model pack and therefore is sort of the default experience for this game. So you're going to tell me to turn it off. I'm not going to listen. Don't waste your time, and don't waste your breath, and don't waste your keystrokes. Alright, let's do this. So, yeah. Blue Shift came out right after Half-Life Opposing Force, and it's kind of seen as a letdown because, compared to Opposing Force, Blue Shift doesn't let you do as much, or at least in terms of expansion pack content, it kind of feels like it was made with just the same vanilla stuff rather than adding new things. So I can understand where some of the hate comes from. Although granted, I do like the set pieces in this. And rather than being in the shoes of Gordon Freeman, you play a security guard whose name is Barney Calhoun. Or is it? Well, Barney is the name of the security guard model. And he is a recurring character in Half-Life 2. Let's just see if it really is him, what these adventures are.
Welcome to the Black Mesa Hazard Course for Security Guard Training. I'll be your holographic guide to assist you in your training. Begin by putting on your vest and helmet. You'll find this equipment in the next room. Whenever you see one of these buttons, press it, and I'll repeat instructions or show you how things are done.
Why is this game just being so hiccupy? Let's restart the game and see if that is. Just to switch this. Just a little bit. My keyboard is deciding to just
Welcome to the Black Mesa Hazard Course for Security Guard Training. I'll be your holographic guide to assist you in your training. Begin by putting on your vest and helmet. You'll find this equipment in the next room. Whenever you see one of these buttons, press it and I'll repeat instructions or show you how things are done. Here you will find your standard armor vest and helmet. These will help protect you against any physical threat you may encounter while performing your duties. When your armor becomes too damaged to be useful, you'll need to find a fresh vest or helmet to protect yourself. Moving around in your armor may be a little tricky at first. Take a moment to get a feel for moving around. Once you get comfortable with this, proceed to the next section just around the corner.
Is that supposed to be a Kevlar vest?
Yep, and a ballistic helmet.
The first move you'll need to practice is jumping. You'll have to get over all three of these obstacles in order to proceed. It helps to get a running start. Watch me do it, then try it yourself.
Yeah, I want to apologize for all the technical hiccups at the beginning.
Good work. Please proceed to the next area.
Yeah, one thing that kind of gets railed on about the Hazard Course is that it's pretty much Half-Life 1's Hazard Course, just stripped down a bit.
You'll need to duck under the next set of obstacles. When you crawl in a crouched position, you can move very silently. This can be very useful when you don't want to be heard.
Sometimes it kind of gets the feeling that this old game was not really meant to be played in 16 to 10.
Now, try combining
16 to
moves.
10 or 16
You'll need to jump, duck, and then jump again. This should get you prepared for the next room, where you'll have to do both moves at the same time.
This is in 16 and 9.
Okay.
I think I might have to lower the game just a bit.
Good work. You look prepared for the next station. To get into these pipes, you'll need to perform a duck jump. You'll want to stand right at the mouth of the pipe. While moving forward, jump up and hold the jump button to go into a crouch in midair. It may be tricky at first, but you'll find it comes in handy to be able to jump and duck into tight areas.
And I bang my head against the thing.
Nice work.
Yeah, it's like just forward space control.
Walk directly into the ladder, look up, and continue moving forward. If you want to climb back down, just move backward. The next 4 jumps get more difficult each time. Don't worry if you miss the last one a few times, just climb up and do it again. If you can make all the jumps in a continuous run, to start the lift, walk up to the button and press the use key while facing it. Now that you're up here, there's only one way down. Find the target on the floor below and do your best to hit it. You may take some damage from the fall, but don't worry about it. We'll give you some first aid in the next section. You'll find medical kits like this one throughout the Black Mesa Research Facility. To restore your health, walk up to a med kit, then press and hold your use key. Your health will recover gradually until you're at full health or until the kit is depleted. Once the light goes out, a med kit cannot be reused. You may also find HEV charging stations, such as this one, throughout the facility. These stations, however, can only be used by qualified science personnel wearing powered hazardous environment equipment, so they will be inaccessible to you during your duties.
One major difference between the base Half-Life 1 game and this one is that you do not have to worry about reduced armor drops when you find a vest or a helmet. So it's like, while the medkit quantity is still going to be reduced from like 20, 15, 10, every helmet's guaranteed to give you 40 armor, every vest is guaranteed to give you 60.
To spin that bridge, walk up to the control wheel and press the use key. Great job. Sometimes you'll need to rely on quick reflexes to get around. Try
Did you
jumping
hear
the
about
gap on
William
your own.
Shatner going to space?
I did hear about
What
that.
you really need to do is push
You didn't
the
or
box
did?
down into the pit. If you can't push an obstacle out of the way, you might try pulling it. To pull
90
a
years
box,
old.
move up to it and press your use key. While holding down the use key, move backwards, and the box will be pulled with you. If nothing else works, please try breaking things that block your path. Pick up the crowbar and smash your way through the boxes. You'll need to use your flashlight for the next area.
No batteries, so no markers. Just follow this.
Great. Remember, your flashlight will lose power over time, so switch it off when you don't need it.
Oh yeah, I
When the
forgot.
flashlight is off, it will recharge itself.
There's no long jump in this course.
Welcome to the Black Mesa Training Target Range. You'll get a chance to fire your weapon, reload, and fire the attached grenade launcher. Collect your equipment and proceed to the firing station. You'll need to hit every target to complete the course. If you miss, don't worry about it. The targets will keep moving until you manage to score a hit. If you want to get through the target range as quickly as possible, try reloading during pauses instead of letting your gun run out of ammunition at a critical time. To fire the grenade launcher, use the alternate fire button. Some targets can only be destroyed by lobbing grenades. I'll start the sequence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Training target range. You may advance to the next area. Your heads-up display will let you know when oxygen becomes critical. That means you'll need to find some clean air to breathe. As you swim through this course, your blood oxygen levels will begin to drop. At the midpoint, you'll be given an opportunity to surface for air. Swim up to the surface and catch your breath. You regain health lost from holding your breath too long once you've made it to the surface for air. Go ahead and swim on to the next section.
This is where the original arch post was.
If you pass through fire or steam, you'll see damage icons come up in your heads-up display. Directional indicators at the center of your display will show you from what direction damage is coming.
And unfortunately, I'm well less protected, so all this stuff still hurts.
Proximity to radiation activates a Geiger counter and radiation display in your helmet. Many other biological and chemical hazards are also indicated in your heads-up display.
Where's some rat away when I need it?
Please proceed to the next section. Lead a scientist into the next room. He will open the door that leads back into the transit system. To have someone follow you, approach the person and press your use key.
Yes, I will follow you if you
until
wish.
you face him and press the use key again.
Been making any more smoothies?
I kind of forgot to get the almond milk or fruit juice. I'll do that one more time, and then after that, I'm gonna stow the blender. I'm gonna bring the slow cooker out. At a high time, I start making chowder at night.
Access granted.
Press your use key to engage the train. Once engaged, move forward or backward to increase or decrease the speed of the train. Press the use key a second time to disengage from the train. Congratulations on completing the Black Mesa Hazard course for security guards. You're now certified to join the Blue Shift High Security Unit.
Sorry, I'm just trying to snap this center. Yep. 72 sounds about right. Okay. Okay. Let's go start with the main story.
Good morning, and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the comfort and convenience of Black Mesa residents and visitors to the Black Mesa Research Facility. The time is 8:42 a.m. Current topside temperature is 91 degrees, with an estimated high today of 105. The Black Mesa climate is maintained at 68 degrees at all times. This train is inbound from the Area 8 topside dormitories to the Central Transit Hub in Area 9. Please keep your limbs inside the train at all times. Do not attempt to open the doors until the train has come to a complete halt at the station platform. In the event of an emergency, passengers are to remain seated and await further instruction. If it is necessary to exit the train, disabled passengers should be evacuated first. Please stay away from electrified rails and proceed to an emergency station until assistance arrives.
The Ducks are 1-0.
If your intended destination is a high-security area beyond Sector C, you will need to board a high-security train at the Central Transit Hub. If you have not yet submitted your identity to the retinal clearance system, you must report to Black Mesa personnel for processing before you will be admitted to the high-security branch of the transit system. If you wish to transfer to the Sector B or C medium security lines, you may do so before you reach the Central Transit Hub at the Area 9 security checkpoint. Access to the medium security branch of the transit system is for employees of the Black Mesa Research Facility and authorized visitors only, and requires that you wear your security badge at all times.
They play tonight, is what I was gonna say.
Hell if I know. Friends like you. Man. Hey, Calhoun. Looks like we're in for a long day today. Have a good one, Calhoun.
This train is now transferring to the Sector C line of the transit system. This is a medium security area of the Black Mesa facility. Be sure to wear your identification badge at all times.
The hell broke out there?
Now arriving at Area 3 security facilities.
Find the gap.
Hold on a minute. The door's not responding to your pass ID. Let me see if I can get it open on this side. Okay, I think I got it.
Sorry about that, Calhoun. We've been having problems all over the facility this morning. System crashes, security malfunctions. It's a wonder this whole place hasn't shut down yet.
This is the soda machines. What's down here?
I can't access my files. I can't answer my mail. I haven't even been able to get into my office.
I know, sir, I know. We're doing everything we can to get the problem under control. Just give us some time to...
Time? I don't have any more time. If I'm not able to get my report to the administrator in the next hour, then my job will be in serious jeopardy, and I'll make sure that mine is not the only one.
Nice of you to show up this morning, Calhoun. Yeah, I know. Problems with the access system. Hope you're ready for a long shift.
Hopefully this one is sub 4 hours. This guy really Fox Mulder in disguise.
I love that show, The X-Files.
Yeah.
After you get to like the 4th or 5th season, it starts getting a little. I don't know. I felt like they weren't as good. But I didn't go past a certain point, so.
I'm guessing you didn't make it to the Robert Patrick season.
No, I didn't. How can you make the show without Mulder? But David Duchovny wanted to go do
now
other
what?
things. Didn't he?
Looks like some people are having problems with the main access lift in Sector G. Why don't you go over there and see what you can do?
Stuck in the elevator.
Did you see the new X-Files?
Like the revival seasons, like
Yeah.
10 and 11. I've seen 10. I didn't see 11 because apparently I didn't see the advertisements for 11. I'm like, oh, there was an 11th one that came out. I didn't find out about it until Vinny from Vinesauce played a clip about it. I'm like, how the hell did I not know there was an 11th season? And yeah, after that they called it quits. For real.
It's just that characters that age so much, and like you had said at one point, we're just in a different cultural climate now.
Very much so.
I remember every Friday. Do you remember that show Millennium?
Was it another Fox series?
It was.
I kind of don't remember that. I really didn't watch Fox all that much on Friday nights.
Okay. Yeah, we would get pizza and I would watch. I think Millennium either came on before or after X-Files. This was in the 90s.
Yeah, I had to do other things at 8 o'clock on Fridays, so... It wasn't watching Fox. It's like, mostly spending those playing Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker and Tales of Symphonia.
Okay. When did you see that? Where did you see the X-Files on? Sci-Fi?
Right now it's on Comet.
Oh.
They air it every Monday through Thursday from 10 till 1, and then, I know, I kind of told some other coworkers about that. They just said, dude, get a DVR.
How's it going? Here you go, Calhoun. I know you're not on the schedule for a couple more days, but if you want to squeeze in a few shots in the range, there's plenty of room.
Why not? Players taking the range seriously. Ooh, ammo. More ammo. And the guy playing with his jelly donut. Oh yeah, and if you shoot the jelly donut, it will bleed, and you will... yeah, you get a game over for friendly fire. Yes, the donut bleeds. Adequate enough. There's also like one of the target ranges I remember. One of the mini games that was in the console release of Time Crisis 2. They actually did have a little target range mini game, and then there was one with the. You remember the clay pigeons from Duck Hunt?
No, not really.
So, Duck Hunt had like 3 modes.
Oh, I know what you're
saying.
saying.
So yeah, there was the single mode, the second mode, and then there was the clay pucks challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clay pucks was one of the mini games. One thing for sure, I'm getting a new mouse and keyboard on Black Friday. Had these for 8 years. I can tell their time is up. Thinking about getting a trackball mouse, unless I want to do some stuff like drawing with a telestrator. I guess I should buy a drawing tablet. Gotta look.
Do you have a wireless or wired?
A what?
Do you have a wireless mouse?
Yeah.
What?
I got these for like $20 at Radio Shack.
I have an optical wired. It's been working.
Have a
for
good
me
one,
pretty
Calhoun.
Don't have to worry about batteries.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting just the straight up wired mouse and keys. Definitely a wired trackball for sure. Fortunately, I think the only one I know that really is like a wired one. It's not like the Microsoft IntelliMouse anymore, or at least the trackball variant of it. It's a Logitech one. The trackball mouse I grew up with had like it was a ball that you could control with your left index finger. There was a mouse wheel that you could control with your right middle finger, and then the 2 buttons, the left and right mouse buttons, were actually laying on the side, like bottom to top.
Don't you have your own job to be doing?
Needless to say, like once upon a time, like playing MechWarrior 2 with a trackball mouse, I'm like, holy crap, I'm actually dead accurate. I didn't put that theory to the test in NetMech though, so.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Perhaps. All right. Yes, this should help.
That doesn't sound right.
Let me help you. Okay. I hope you know what you're doing. Of course. Theoretically.
Theoretically never helped anyone.
Do you smell something burning?
I can't really tell.
Right. Let's try this.
Oh!
Whoa, that was close.
How none of you died, I will never know.
Oh, no. Well, do you have any idea what to do next? I couldn't even venture a guess. Who is responsible for this mess?
Don't ask me.
Shouldn't you be guarding some donuts and coffee right about now?
That's stereotypical, man.
Please, leave me alone. I have very important work to do. If you're waiting for the tram to Sector G, then you're probably better off walking it. I overheard someone say that all the trams on this end of the facility are having problems.
Like out of commission problems. Okay. peppers and ramen.
Sounds good, man. What was in the ramen?
What kind of what?
What was in the ramen?
Yeah, it was just generic, you throw it in the pot. I just threw vegetables on it.
Huh. I love ramen.
Especially if it's the legitimate kind.
I like the spicy kind myself.
I kind of prefer controlling my own spice. I usually just put like either black or red peppers in it. It's supposed to be about here, I think.
Well, it's about time. We don't pay you people to mosey around at your own convenience.
I'll be
Make this
back.
thing work so we can get on with this miserable day.
On we go.
It's probably those anomalous materials people again. Always pushing their equipment too hard, dabbling in who knows what. I'd be surprised if there's one good brain among them. My goodness!
Extreme electromagnetic field hazard in Sector C.
Come here!
Uh-oh. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Crap. Where the hell did they come from?
Calhoun! How did you get through the power lock? Well, it doesn't matter. The only other way out of here is through the canal. If you do make it to the surface, don't tell anyone I'm down here. I think they're trying to kill us all. Now get out of here. The canal is where you want to be.
Alright, I hope you're right. It's a toxic waste. Yeah, I just have these two weapons I can just quick swap with Q. Hey, where'd you come from? Speed of light. Fantastic. No! Just make it low enough where you can reach that platform with a box and climb up to that crate, jump up to that crate, to that crate, and then jump on the ladder, because of course the ladder's broken. Ammunition. Oh my god, that's right. Odds are. Okay. I don't want to wait around and find out what's out there. Yeah, let's just run past those guys. Of course, that door's broken. Yeah, one part I never really understand. It's like, okay, what counts as mounting the ladder and what doesn't? Cool, shotgun. And I have to climb up that way, but I have to find another way up there. And friggin-tastic. find a way down there. Preferably doesn't end with me falling to an injury. Ew. Sewer waste. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Sometimes I can just slip past a slope and fall to my death. What now? Warning, keep explosive material out of canal. But I thought it would be danger at that rate. Oh, down here? Okay. We don't have much of a choice to get out of here, so...
Yeah, why are we on disposal duty anyway? Just because Shepard's team didn't make it, we have to do the crap jobs?
How's it going?
Let's get on with it.
Well, I fell down an elevator, and I managed to work my way up the canal route back to the surface, so... There were, like, early grenades here you could get or something. That hurt, but it's well worth it.
These turrets are introduced much quicker in this game than they are in the first.
This game's also much shorter.
Oh, okay.
So it takes about... Personally, for me, it takes about 3 to 5 hours. Usually, my average is about 4. Half-Life 1 takes about 6 to 8. Opposing Force also takes about 6 to 8. Anyway, I got free grenades.
Did you ever get out to the theater to see that Bond movie?
I saw No Time to Die out in the theater, yes.
How was
Pretty good, all things considered, especially for Daniel Craig's swan song. Matt and I will probably do something about it in a few weeks. We were thinking about just doing some Bond game or Perfect Dark, and then we'll split into two, like one just be a general review, and then second will be a little bit more in depth about it.
Gotcha. You know the number of Bond films made with this new
I
one?
think we're at 25 now.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of films. Did you ever see Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Some episodes of it, they were on Comet, and sometimes there were some freebie episodes on the net.
That's a fun. I have to admit, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, and I think after that, it's like some of the founders went on to make riff tracks.
Yeah, I saw riff tracks recently. That's why I was mentioning. Did that show get canceled? I mean, Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I thought there was like a revival season or two, like
Oh, okay.
after the original production stopped. Okay, that is very concerning. Exposed electrical lines right next to water.
Yeah. That doesn't look like good news.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. This is what the sachets were for. Okay.
I've probably asked you this before, but do you have Amazon Prime?
I do. The last series I've really watched was just like the Grand Tour.
The reason I mentioned that is there's a film about Coldplay called Head Full of Dreams. It might be
I thought there was a whole album named for that.
That might be off.
Well, to be honest, it's the last Coldplay single I actually really listened to. It was Atlas. I didn't see the music video for that one, though.
Yeah, I definitely feel their earlier stuff is a little better. I know that's...
Yeah, Rush of Blood to the Head, usually is considered like one of their best early albums. They've disowned Parachutes, though, except for Yellow. Although the question is, when do you think Coldplay really sold out?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not that familiar with their music. Like, I've heard some of their early stuff. I know a few Christmases back, they had a song on a Christmas commercial. So whenever that was... it would be okay if it was a good song. It just was kind of bad.
Yeah. Well, granted, it was Viva La Vida. Yeah, it's the song that definitely catapulted them. Although, granted, off that album, I liked Violet Hill better. The problem is, though, that is a very seasonal song.
Did you ever hear that Brothers and Sisters Unite song?
No.
That was on their earth when they were still playing acoustic guitars. I'll do a certain.
And nothing of note was over here except for some health. Damn. Ow, that hurt. Stupid lighting. Time to make our way upwards.
Oh, it was a single, that's why you probably don't know about it. Brothers and Sisters is the name. Made in 1999.
That one I didn't hear of.
You should listen to that one, that was
face huggers out of my vents. There's a motion tracker when you need one.
You still planning on getting a new... I know I ask you this all the time. I'm just wondering how the new computer is looking.
I gotta look up the parts.
I understand.
Is quite honestly, I have a few other stupid things I want to pay for.
Yeah, I definitely understand.
Alongside that, I know as far as entertainment goes, I know I'm buying The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero into Azure next year. That's definitely two of my high-profile purchases. Also thinking at this point, I'm like, hooray! I'm now a permanent instead of an intern in my job now, so I can go purchase a bicycle now. So I'm also looking at that too.
Just don't get run over.
Yeah.
People in my city ride bicycles. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have the right to the road, but you know how cars hate bicyclists because it slows them down. You know, like you'll see a bicycle going like 15 miles per hour, and people want to be going 40, so they'll go around the bicycle. And of course, cars are coming from the opposite way too. So
How much for share of the road?
They should have just made a bike done, but the way this thing is this county was rural until quite recently, and all this development happened. So back then it was probably just like a few pickup trucks on the roads.
Okay, sweet. Carbine.
I appreciate your help, but I'm afraid those bastards did their damage.
I'm going to the dentist next
If you were
week.
trying to reach the
Depending
freight
on how
yards in
far
hope of
back
escape-
that throws me back, I'm thinking of trying to get a treadmill.
A colleague and I came up with our own plan for escape, and we were on our way to one of the old prototype labs when we ran into them. But listen to me. If you still want to get out of here alive, your only hope may be to find my friend. If you can get past the soldiers, find Dr. Rosenberg. With him, you may have a chance to get out of this place.
Let's redo this segment.
I appreciate your help, but I'm afraid those bastards did their damage already. If you were trying to reach the freight yards in hope of escaping, then just forget about it. The military is rounding up everyone and everything they can find, and either killing them or bringing them up here for questioning. A colleague and I came up with our own plan for escape, and we were on our way to one of the old prototype labs when we ran into them. But listen to me. If you still want to get out of here alive, your only hope may be to find my friend. If you can get past the soldiers, find Dr. Rosenberg. With him, you may have a chance to get out of this place.
Definitely need more revolver ammunition. That's where I should say I'm not surprised, but still. Not that awful. freight yards.
Can you imagine them when they designed this game? I mean, like a staircase like this. Seems like it'd be complicated.
Huh. I had to go in through the ground and then I'm back upstairs. Okay. Oh. Not clear yet. That was... Probably was the guy with the grenades. Any more survivors?
You ever thought of getting like a keyboard or any other kind of musical equipment?
Which ones?
A keyboard or some other instrument? Have you ever thought about getting an instrument?
Maybe like a rollout keyboard, maybe. Or a bloody xylophone, whichever's small enough to fit in here.
You could get a ukulele.
Come back for all this stuff later. Any survivors? I have no idea. I completely fucked that up. point blank and I shanked it. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay, not that one then.
Help! Someone let us out of here! Rescued at last! Thank God you're here! No, I'm afraid I'm not Dr. Rosenberg.
Not as good you are. Ow! I have no idea how I survived that. Launching an M203 point blank.
Gordon Freeman is in this.
Oh, you were saying?
Gordon Freeman doesn't make an appearance.
You saw him earlier.
Oh, okay. I might have been out of the room.
The tram ride.
Oh, okay. Got it.
He's trying to flush me out by putting a grenade on the floor. And he blew himself up. Ooh, a 50 cal fixed machine gun.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? Hello? Can anyone hear me? No, I'm afraid I'm not Dr. Rosenberg. But you'll still help me, won't you?
Remains to be seen. Yeah, that's the problem when they try to put grenades down. Sometimes you can just shoot them and they'll just forget. It's like, oh crap, I laid that grenade there.
I suppose a security guard should know what he's doing. Let's go.
guys had like M203s on them. Oh. Meter ammo. That's fine.
Why are you leaving me here?
Because I want to see what's around the corner. I don't want you dying unnecessarily. That tank is why. Yeah, you can either launch rockets at it, or you can just use a pair of satchels. Either way works.
Opposing forces is where you're Marine.
Yeah. Yeah, usually when you hear about opposing forces, it's overrated, but, you know, for the expansion pack era, it did its job.
I certainly hope you know what you're doing. As far as I go. Well, if you think I can help. I refuse to go another step.
Suit yourself. I can't do that.
Hello! I'm in here! Can
Save first.
What's the status on Freeman?
Yes, I'm Dr. Rosenberg. Although I'm not very proud to admit it, seeing as though I'm partially responsible for all of this. How did you know my name? Oh, I see. Poor Harold. Yes, our plan was to get to one of the old prototype labs. It involved something that very few people in the facility are authorized to know about. The same technology that brought about this catastrophe could also be our only way out. You see, I was involved in the very early work on teleporter technology, long before the Lambda complex was even built. There may be enough equipment in the old lab to piece together a device that would allow us to teleport outside of the facility. As improbable as that may sound to someone like yourself. Of course, none of that does a whole lot of good while we're stuck in here. Perhaps I could help boost you through that vent in the ceiling. If you're lucky, you might be able to take those soldiers by surprise. Let's try this.
Screw it, just Han Solo it.
All right. I will need to head back to the area where you met Harold. The access to the old lab should still be there, but we may have to break through some of the newer construction to get to it. All right. You won't even know I'm here.
Yeah, you stand on him too long, you're gonna crush him and you're gonna fail. Gotta learn that the hard way a few times. This way. Second. Any other supplies up here? Dude, you're fine. Other than some guy's pieces falling on you, but just how explosions work, I suppose.
Hold position. Negative. Echo mission is go. Okay, control.
Lead the way, Calhoun. All right. Let's hope we don't run into any more of those soldiers. Hold on, Calhoun. You'll have to slow down a bit.
Dude, I've only ran like 20 yards.
Let's get going.
Oh, when did they just reinstall this window? Yeah, we can't backtrack anymore. Alright.
I see you've already found the elevator. Let's hurry then. We could have chosen the Lambda reactor for an escape, but the crew there is bent on fighting the creatures, all their hopes set on someone named Freeman. Let those fools try and fight a battle they can't win. I just want to get out of here. All right, let's stick together.
Whole section of the complex, eh?
Well, I hope the old security system is still active. With any luck, my fingerprint ID is still valid and on file.
Dr. Rosenberg, thank God you made it. We've managed to piece together some of the larger equipment, but you'll need to oversee the rest of the construction.
Excellent, Walter. Finish aligning the power cell matrix, and I'll see if I can get the system online in the main room. Now, there's no time to waste.
Clearly he didn't skip leg day.
Well, looks like the equipment is in better shape than I expected. Unfortunately, this older technology does not...
Membership?
Oh, what?
A gym membership?
Thought about it.
...have the ability to target an Earth destination in its current state. You see, Mr. Calhoun, teleportation isn't as easy as going from point A to point B. We've discovered a strange border world.
Yeah, there's a reason I kind of don't like talking over cutscenes.
That's no problem. Sorry, I didn't...
Yeah, especially in Half-Life's case where the dialogue breaks whenever you pause midway through. It's a problem in Half-Life 1, and 2 it's not a problem. Or at least not as much a problem in 2.
Dr. Rosenberg, thank God you made it. We've managed to piece together some of the larger equipment, but you'll need to oversee the rest of the construction.
Excellent, Walter. Finish aligning the power cell matrix, and I'll see if I can get the system online in the main room. Now, there's no time to waste. Looks like the equipment is in better shape than I expected. Unfortunately, this older technology does not have the ability to target an Earth destination in its current state. You see, Mr. Calhoun, teleportation isn't as easy as going from point A to point B. We've discovered a strange border world that was somehow involved in the process, which kept us from accurately predicting where any given teleportation event would lead to back on Earth. Some of the more promising research on the matter led to a device that could be attached to the strange crystalline structures we found on this border world. Now, this device could then be used as a focal point and a relay to aid in the teleportation. Well, in theory, that is.
What do you mean, in theory?
We lost contact with the survey group shortly after the device was in place. We later discovered other methods of aiming the field, but all of the equipment in this lab uses the older technology. In order for any of us to get out of here alive, someone will have to go to the border world and activate the device. I'm afraid you're the only one who can do this, seeing as how everyone else will be needed to operate the equipment. We should be able to get you fairly close to where the survey team had set up, but I fear the likelihood of running into alien creatures is very high. Once you find the device, simply power it on and align the emitters until the signal reaches maximum strength. We'll reopen the teleporter for your return once we receive the signal, but you must hurry back, as we can only keep it open for a short amount of time. All right. I'm going to initiate the teleporter charging sequence now. Be ready, Mr. Calhoun. Once the field is open, it will become unstable very quickly. Simmons, can you hear me? It's ready.
Nothing.
We're almost there. The primary capacitors have reached full charge. Simmons, release the damping lots and open the field. The field, it's open. Calhoun, everything.
Don't worry, it won't be platforming hell as much as Gordon went through. Yeah, there's one thing that doesn't get criticized about Blue Shift as often. It's your visit to the border world in Zen. Yeah, it's thankfully you're not just going through platforming hell across islands all the time. Well, there's a few moments of that, but it's not really unforgiving like long jump, unforgiving. Or, you know, getting yourself hurt to the tune of 60 damage, unforgiving.
That's a static skybox.
Huh?
That's a static skybox, right?
Yes.
Still looks cool, though.
Mm-hmm. Ow. I was hoping to not get hurt through that. Yeah, just one major disadvantage of this segment is do not count on any armor upgrades to save you. So, this really puts a premium on not being hit. Crystal, I suppose. Wait, what?
What year did this game come out?
99, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Blue Shift was originally meant to be part of the Dreamcast port of Half-Life 1. Then that all fell through. Just need to find the route that leads to water, and clearly that was not it. beast eased away. So it's like, you don't have to worry about health. So there's gonna be some medkits laying around in healing pools. But yeah, try to not lose too much armor.
I was looking to see when Mac 3 came out. 99 when this game came out. I was playing, I had a PlayStation 1, I guess, Grand Council that already switched to me.
You were saying something about consoles?
I said in 99 I had a PlayStation 1 and I was playing Meg 3 on PC. I was just trying to think of what I was doing here. Did you have a PlayStation 1 back in the day?
No, I didn't have a 1. Jumped straight into the 2.
So it said the first PlayStation 2 was first released in March 4th, 2000. North America, October 26th, 2000.
Ow, that friggin' hurt. That's when I rise up to just get attacked by these things. Ah. Ow, that hurt. Okay. Not dying, it's better than dying. Yeah, sorry, the game was too loud.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you were
Fantasy
saying?
Star. How are you doing on Fantasy Star?
I beat the main story of that last Saturday. I'm doing post-game tomorrow, and then I will be moving over to Portable 2, depending on how Matt wants to play things.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'll be doing the B ranks for post game. I might do A's and S's unless they don't really matter in the grand scheme of things on the import. If they don't, I'll just jump right over to Portable 2. Unless there's like, yeah, you're not gonna get new partner cards really, but yeah, I really need to check my audio balancing with this game because Half-Life is loud by default. Even with the sound effects at 3 and the MP3 volume at 6, and yeah, if you decide to put in a disc, like any audio CD or a CD with audio tracks in it, or like one of those game CDs with audio tracks in it, say like with East or Mac Warrior of all things, or Heavy Gear. Yeah, it will take the music straight from the CD and you won't be able to cut down the volume. And I'm going, oh, come on. But yeah, just a nice, smooth waterfall ride. No, get out. Get out. I don't care if you levitate or shit, just... Yeah, I have to say, one of the nice things about Blue Shift's Zen is waterfall set piece. Not surprised that Black Mesa took cues from this. Of course, they redid all of Zen. So, rather than the first segment of Zen being like just a whole island, yeah, they overhauled it so you know it's a place worth exploring. And it's like, go have fun with it. It's like, go play some Metroid Prime or Xenoblade Chronicles music as you explore Zen. Well, that's my personal preference, but still. This waterfall-like place. But yeah, it is far less.
Hey, Ned.
It's far less annoying than Interloper. I freaking hate that chapter. Things worth grabbing from these guys. Ow! Shit, that hurt. Don't worry, there's enough armor. If it was on hard, then I'd be really worried. Hit her on. Turn this knob all the way. This sucks. Ow! I got... Whoa, 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 whoa! What the hell is going on? Yeah, sometimes you might want to wait until the rock pile stops falling. Oh yeah, and by the way, don't stand Right in the same place where the Vortigons warp, otherwise you'll die. Can I get out of here, please? Oh no! Dodge the face huggers! Oh no, I don't want to deal with those little flying bastards ever again. Ow.
Teleporter charge is running out.
It's good to be back on Earth.
Mr. Calhoun, we began to worry when you didn't come back for some time, but it looks as though you were able to get the device operational. The signal we're getting is very strong, but I'm afraid I have some bad news. The power reserves were just enough to open the field for your trip to the border world. If we plan on keeping the teleporter open long enough to calculate a safe exit point and allow time for everyone to go through, someone will have to go to the lower level and retrieve another power cell. A few of our colleagues went down there a while ago, but we haven't heard from them since. I can only fear for the worst. I hate to keep putting you in this position, but you must realize that if someone doesn't go down there, then none of us will get out of here alive. Besides, you're the best equipped to deal with any dangers that may be waiting. Here, I'll show you to the access elevator that leads to the power generator. Follow me.
Yeah, you can't go back to the security station up front to get a fresh vest and helmet. Blows. The door's locked.
Here we are. Down below are the old power generators that were used to service this lab. You should find what we're looking for down there. Once you've located a new power cell, make sure it's charged and send it up the freight lift. Good luck.
Yeah, you can heal for a bit, but charge our way out of here. Now let's save best for last.
Sir, I can take it. Those things, they're everywhere. We've got to get out of here. Together. If we don't get the power cell charged, we're all going to die. Look out! Get out of here. I can take it.
Clearly you can't take it. And yeah, of course it's Half-Life. They're always one-way doors.
Is it auto-save at those places where it says load?
There are definitely auto-saves between changing segments. There is a manual save system here. On the console release of Half-Life 1, though, as in the PS2 version, you had to manually save. There was no auto-save system in that.
What a pain. That's the thing about first-person shooters that don't have an auto-save. I gotta find Unduke. Save it.
I don't know what you were expecting, but... yeah, that door doesn't open until you get the main power systems charged up. Save as much as that as I can. Power up through the power of sodas. Gotta power up the bridge. I got a piece of buckshot for all of your eyes. Okay, just make a little metal contact with that. Push that through. In these crates. Oh. course the bridge is out, so... Gotta make a bridge on my own. Damn it! Forgot it's only Half-Life 2 that gives you auto-loading. Alright, let's go make a bridge. Ow! Push threw myself off, along with the barrel. Yeah, and no, you cannot swim in this coolant. Freeze to death. Space these well enough. Two of them are hanging in here. And throw a pair in the gap here. Make sure it's something I can still leap across. I hope that's well spaced enough, because otherwise this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, cool.
This game tends to alternate between like obstacles and fighting enemies.
Yeah, that's what the core of Half-Life is. Sometimes you just kill things half the time, and then the other half is just solving puzzles. Which is why Zen was also pretty annoying. It's just like, guys, I just want the game to be over with. It's like, we've already been through action, we've already been through puzzles, we've already been through a long puzzle segment. We don't need another long-ass puzzle-like segment. Especially after we had to burn a bunch of ammo on the boss, and we're wondering, now what? Gee whiz. How many more guys behind the doors? Of course, head crabs in the dark. Do not activate generators while bridge is extended. Well, then how the hell are people supposed to come back? Now it's no longer just deadly coolant, it's energized deadly coolant. Part's over with. I'm gonna say these water coolants, none of these coolant waterfalls gonna look nice. Yeah, this whole map was also one of the set pieces in Opposing Forces multiplayer.
I was hoping you'd show up. You have to get this power cell charged and back up to Dr. Rosenberg. I'd help, but I'm hurt pretty bad. You can probably push the power cell through the fence into the charging station behind me. Let me see if I can get out of the way.
Yeah. Charge this up. Okay, see what you guys think. Okay. Let's get out of here. And that's why I save this vest for the very end.
We've already begun preparing the device with the fresh power cell you sent up. This time, however, the process is going to be a bit more complex, so I'll need you to help me in the main room. Let's hurry. There's no time to waste. All right. I'll stay down here to monitor the system levels and direct the procedure. I need you to climb up to the control room and activate the main power. Once the process has started, you'll also need to release the damping locks each time the system has charged in order to open the displacement field. So don't worry, Mr. Calhoun. The process is simple, and I'll let you know when you need to do something.
Simple relative to you, maybe.
What are you waiting for, Calhoun? Get up to the control room and locate the main power switch. Very good. Stand by, Calhoun. Once the system is initialized, it'll take a few moments for the interpolating resonance coils to achieve focus. Everything is looking up. Oh no. The primary coolant line has been ruptured. Calhoun, go to the valve located on the catwalk and release the pressure. Hurry, before the system overheat. Good. Now keep turning the crank until the pressure level is normal. Good work, Calhoun. That was close. The system is stabilized and the main capacitors are charging. When the main charge meter reaches full, I'll need you to open the displacement field from the control room. We're almost there. Okay, the system is fully charged. Throw the switch located at the window of the control room. There, the field is open. Go now, Walter. Very good, Calhoun. I'll begin charging the system for the next teleport event.
Just about ready to leave. Told you this expansion pack was going to be short. I don't know where I got 4 hours from.
All right, we've reached full charge again. Open the field, Calhoun. You must go now, Simmons. I'm going to go through next, but don't worry, Mr. Calhoun. I've set the system to automatically start the charging sequence once I've made it through. Just wait for the levels to reach full again and open the field like you've been doing. All right, it's ready. Good luck, Mr. Calhoun. I'll see you on the other side.
So long, suckers! Sorry for the seizures.
There he is. Calhoun, you've arrived. When you didn't come through right away, we thought that Oh no, there's something wrong here. Simmons, come look at Calhoun. His body seems to be in some sort of resonance displacement.
What the hell for? We got him. Let's kill him now. And if they find Body? Body? What body?
Uh-oh.
Oh, thank God you made it. I was worried that a malfunction occurred at the last moment and you might have been caught in an infinite harmonic reflux. If that's the case, then you're lucky to be standing here. Then again, we're all lucky. Thanks to you, however, we were actually able to pull off this half-brained idea. We made it, Mr. Calhoun. We made it.
At least we didn't get stuck in infinite acid reflux. Damn, sub 2 hours. No. 2:06. I'm kind of surprised. Normally I don't finish Blue Shift this fast. Don't ask me to speedrun this. And I think I really died only once and restarted a bunch of other times because dialogue skipped. But yeah, we'll definitely do Opposing Force. That'll be split into 2 parts. I can't do that in one continuous session.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because, yeah, enemy difficulty kind of really got kicked up a lot. But yeah, par for the course for expansion packs back then.
Who do you fight on Opposing Force?
So you take the role of a Marine in that one, but you fight like another alien faction alongside with the usual guys from Zen, and you have to deal with black operators.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not as fun as you may think. Difficult, sure, but probably to the point where you're going, oh boy, maybe they could have toned it down a bit. Yeah. So ends Half-Life Blue Shift. Yeah, that was pretty short, and for it to follow up after Opposing Force, I can understand why it's lambasted, but yeah, Zen was pretty decent. Released a saving grace about it. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty cool. Pretty fun.
Like, what were you expecting? Like, a 90s Metroid installment? You can just beat it in sub 3 hours. Yeah. I was kind of dead quick. Dead quick. Yeah. We'll definitely do Opposing Force next time, and if I have it in me to do Half-Life 2, I will. Yeah, event, I kind of owe you Tachyon the Fringe first, so I'll try to do that for, November and December, wherever I can. And
okay.
Maybe pick up some breadcrumbs in January or something, or I don't know, pick up Half-Life 2 next October, or next summer. Unless I somehow finish Tachyon enough in less than 4 weeks, but fat chance of that. Especially if I want to run through side quests with everybody. But yeah, I think I might do... It's not necessarily going to be a full LP, but I'll definitely try to do as many of the quests as possible.
Gotcha.
I know one time when I did the LP of it, or at least a silent LP, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this all with both factions, because some missions are easier as Galspan, others are easier as Bora, and I'm just going, yeah, let's just show you like how one side does it, and let's move on. The Voiceless LP was a split segment along with neutral quests thrown in on one side. The full the LP that I voiced think I did like damn near all the quests. We'll see how I want to play it this time, but hopefully they're not as bad. But yeah, we'll do Opposing Force one of these days. Maybe next week. Like I said, it depends on what Matt wants to do. But yeah, definitely 2 weeks of Opposing Force, and then the rest of the year is going to be on Tachyon the Fringe.
Okay.
Along with...
How many hours would you say Tachyon takes?
Per side, I think it took me like 10 hours per side, so about 20, 30 hours overall.
Oh, okay.
I know I might be over-exaggerating by saying 30, but yeah, some missions can tear my hair out. Or there are some missions where you have to find a rock in the middle of an asteroid field and you're going, where the hell is this thing? Those missions suck. I remember there was like some easy trick you could do for like the Bora's rock mineral hunt, but Galspan, I was like, I completely forgot what to do. Yeah, Bora, you just had to tilt in one direction and you're going, oh, there's the rock already. Galspan, I'm like, where am I going again? It sucked.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So, yep, next time, or where we can, Opposing Force, maybe interspersed with a little bit of whichever Bond installment I want to do, along with discussion about No Time to Die. So yeah, definitely have some time for that. I know Matt wants me to join him on doing like a Jack Ryan and Austin Powers trilogy watch party. After like a few weeks of summer of Bond, we're like, you know what, why not?
Jack Ryan's a pretty good show.
We'll be doing the first 3 movies.
Okay.
So the Baldwin and Ford ones.
Oh, you mean there was ones before the more recent one?
You've seen the Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, or Clear and Present Danger? Those 3?
I've seen The Hunt for Red October, yes.
Alright. Yeah, because there were like multiple iterations of Jack Ryan on film. So yeah, the Baldwin and Ford versions. Then they redid it. Then they tried to start all over again, but this time with the Sum of All Fears, and then I forgot what was the one after that.
Oh, I didn't realize those older movies were part of it. I was completely clueless. I thought it was a new thing. The guy from Friends. I'm not Friends. The Office.
Yeah, they started over again with that.
Okay. So that goes back quite a way, doesn't it?
Yes. But yeah, as far as Matt and I were concerned, we're just gonna do like the first 3 movies, because I'm like, yeah, let's not burn through a whole night. I'm like, we got lives nowadays, you know. Okay, so yeah, Phantasy Star Portable post-game missions tomorrow. I'm just gonna do like 1 rank of them, and then yeah, if A's and S's don't matter, I'm just gonna migrate over the Portable 2, and then we'll pick up from there. Yeah, Half-Life, we'll do Opposing Force, and then after Half-Life, I'm moving to Tachyon. I'm not gonna go through the entire Half-Life 2 gauntlet. I gotta need to take a break from that. I did that once already, either this year or last year. I'm forgetting which. I'm going, yeah, no, not while this mouse and key is gonna die on me. Well, it's been a wonderful life for this. I'll just plug this to my Switch and use this as my keyboard. Any other games on the docket I have? Yeah, I kind of said I'm not doing any more Falcom RPGs because I already went through like 12 weeks of Monster Nux and like 14 weeks of Donna. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. It's like, I spent like half of last year doing Tokyo Xanadu, and believe me, doing like 4-hour episodes or like 4.5 were bad enough. Especially like when I did the finale, because I started the finale of that so late because I was watching Roadhouse for the first time. Hey, who could blame me? It was like 9 o'clock. I'm like, oh shit, it's 2:30 already. I'm like, this ending was so long.
The Patrick Swayze movie?
Yeah,
Alright.
Roadhouse is a fun one.
Yeah, it is. Pretty good movie.
I do not want to do Mech 2 or 3. I am not in the mood for those. Especially if Pirate's Moon is still going to be a pain in the ass. I still haven't finished the pirate campaign in that because the fourth mission kept crashing on me. Like, at this yeah, that's where I started doing Half-Life from, I think. It's like, this mission crashes on me one more time, I'm switching games, and that's what happened. God forbid I'll do MechWarrior 3050 or on the SNES. Well, you may know it as BattleTech for the Genesis, but I might do that again just as a filler episode.
Pretty fun game.
Like, what else was I going to do as a filler episode? Final Fantasy Mystic Quest?
I ask you this all the time, but did you ever start Legacy of Kain?
No, I haven't. There's still I have them installed already, and then I ended up finding a disc image for No One Lives Forever. I'm like, oh boy, a whole bunch of sneaky stories.
I need to get back to XCOM. As I told you before, where I am saved right now, I only have one person alive.
Yeah. My first time playing the XCOM reboot for Enemy Unknown / Within, I did well on my first run, roughly speaking. The problem was I sunk way too much money in my space defense. I'm going, oh crap, I don't have enough tier 2 or 3 armor or weapons for my cast. And then some of my starting 6 got injured. I'm like, yeah, I did not develop my bench. This is gonna suck. Depth
I still
matters.
don't know how everything works. Like Overwatch, I need to figure that out. I haven't really been using Overwatch, which is probably why I lost so many people.
Yeah, you have to use Overwatch, to cover for people who are making an advance. So it's like if you have an assault who's trying to run out through the open, say like they have lightning reflexes, so they're guaranteed to dodge the first shot. And then say like there's like 2 people coming out, you could have like Overwatch kind of, force them to make a more panicked shot, or have a sniper Overwatch, and then just anyone pops their head out of cover, you can shoot them. Yeah, you definitely want to do that whenever you're, covering someone or you're playing defense.
Well, there's so many places where enemies come out, or like come out of doorways and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're always bringing guys in, they can get flanked easy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, usually I just have someone like try to sit back and cover the corners. You might want to ask Rad what he does for that. I think my kind of build, when I managed to expand my roster to 6, was like 2 support, 2 assault, 1 sniper, 1 heavy. That may not be the optimal lineup. I mean, it covers a lot of distance when you need to do that, but for like all around assault, that may not be the way to go. Like
I've gotten to a very hard part. You know where those like super trooper enemies come in? Those like heavy alien infantry.
The mutants.
The what?
The mutants, the guys with the heavy plasma rifles.
Yeah.
I quit. Yeah, I quit at that part because I was going. Yep, I did not develop my bench at all. I'm going. Shit. I don't have enough people with tier 2 or tier 3 stuff. I'm like, I quit. Then my Then my second and third run, I got clowned. The fourth one was like the biggest and orangey bullshit, and then I heard XCOM 2 is even worse in that regard, and it cuts both ways as well. One time, I was trying to capture a muton because I wanted to get, plasma weapons early. So there's 3 tiers of weapons I'm aware of. You got your standard weapons with bullets, then you got laser weapons, and then you got plasma weapons. I wanted to capture that muton so I could get a head start in researching plasma weapons. Because sometimes when you capture a particular enemy, you'll get you'll get half off the development time for research bonuses and the like. So you cut the development time in half if you bring an enemy in alive. My guy, who was trying to capture him, the enemy was down to 1 health. My sniper softened him up. I gave him a stun gun, 95% chance to hit. He shanks it wide right. And I'm like, I just slammed the headset and I stormed out of the room because I was like, this is bullshit. And I never picked up Enemy Unknown ever again.
Well, I guess to be fair, there's always that 5% chance of missing.
Yeah, and I'm just going, yeah, if your plan hinges on one thing going right, it may not be an ideal plan at all.
What pisses me off is when it comes to random number generators is when I see something that's supposed to be random, but people have loaded the dice to where, kind of like, those claws that they descend down like in carnivals and stuff to try to get the toys or stuffed animals. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, kind of like that. Like there was I think on one of the phone games I'm playing, there's a random spin around wheel for certain perks to get. And it just seems like I never get the high ones. And it's like, is this really random or did someone code in make it where usually you don't get the higher ones, if you know what I'm talking about?
Well, that happens. Sometimes, it's like I was playing Monster Hunter Rise. I'm like, I wanted to get like this head jewel off this one monster. It took me like 19 hunts to get it. I'm like, it was a 1% chance to grab. I'm like, this is dumb. And then the desire center kicks it. It's like it knows you want that part, and it's like it deliberately shafts you. And then I'm going, okay, I already got this one, and then I do a bunch of other things like, 30 quests later, I get 2 of these jewels. I'm like, too fucking late for that now.
I had a question on Tachyon. When you press A for auto jumping, does it just go to the closest portal, or does it know which one you have to go in to get to your mission?
Automatically, if you don't have it targeted, it will go for the one that's like the nearest marker, or at least it gives you like the objective marker. I preferably like to cycle targets such that if there's a specific gate I want to go to for whatever reason, I can autopilot to that.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, if you saw those 4 orange chevrons around that gate, then it'll tell you, yeah, it's that gate you need to go to.
Okay.
Yeah, preferably I prefer to target it manually and then just turn on autopilot from there.
I might need to just start over on that game because there's a lot about the tutorial or the starting practice that I've forgotten. I've forgotten a lot of the controls.
Yeah, I think also, do you have the Steam or GOG version?
I have the Steam version.
It should come with a manual.
Oh, okay.
There should be a PDF manual in that. If there is not, let me know, and I can just get it off the disk image for you.
Alright, cool. Thanks.
Because, yeah, it should have come with the key reference guide. And it should have come with the manual.
Okay.
But yeah, let me know
So
if you
what-
have any problems with that. I need to test Tachyon out through DG Voodoo because the last time I streamed Tachyon, there was a lot of refresh problems and it kept flickering in and out. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to subject people to black screen seizures.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to iron out the kinks with that, and then assuming everything's good, and assuming that, it doesn't end like Shadowrun, where a lot of the rendering frame got shredded off. I don't know what the hell happened with that one when I was doing Shadowrun Hong Kong. It's like the rain ended up washing all the picture out, and I didn't find out about it until replay.
That was weird because Shadowrun's not even that high resources of a game.
Yeah, well,
I think they just didn't optimize it, in my opinion.
yeah, well, let's just see what happens when there's a console port of the Shadowrun trilogy. I saw it on the Nintendo Treehouse a few weeks ago, or no, the last big Nintendo Direct, because they were porting it to the Switch. I'm like, what are you gonna do with the numpad puzzles? Are you just gonna replace them with just a generic button press puzzle or something?
True.
Yeah, because it's like you're not gonna have a freaking numpad for all the Simon Says segments. I'm like, yeah, you may want to change that.
Yeah.
Because I am not flicking the stick multiple times just for a stupid Simon Says segment. Change it to a straight button. Change it to just pressing buttons straight on the controller.
How many buttons does a Switch have?
So kind of like almost the same as a DualShock, I suppose. So 4 shoulders, 4 face buttons, D-pad, 2 stick buttons, then start and select, or plus and minus in this case. I don't count the camera or home buttons on this one. Pretty much the same as any modern controller. And also, I'm a big sucker for parallel sticks. I'm like a Wii U Pro Controller style again, please, sir. Cytec Cyborg. That one allows you to switch the hats. I know Thrustmaster makes those.
Oh, what I was gonna ask you is, where does baseball go now? Like, what's the next tier up?
Okay, so we're at the championship series of the playoffs, so it's the Final Four. So the Braves deal with the Dodgers, still pissed, and the Red Sox have to deal with the Astros. I'm not sure if this is like the most hated Final Four, but it is up there. And then everyone's going to go because of 2017 and the Astros sign stealing scandal. It's like, let it be Dodgers Astros so Major League Baseball can burn.
I really hope the Braves get to the World Series.
Well, you better pray you can kill the Dodgers, and you have to do it methodically and quickly. I mean, your pitching was good, and then, Milwaukee had no offense that series. I could also say the same with the Giants. Yeah, Game 5, the entire offense, minus Chris Bryant, shat bad. Yeah, as much as Game 5 was also an show, I'm like, yeah, I'm not denying the offense was terrible that game. They were. All you had to do is just score 1 run, damn it.
Yeah. Well, that's how the Braves have been until recently.
I didn't even buy alcohol for the division series because, I didn't mention this casually, but I wrecked one of my wine glasses during the Packers-Niners game. I'm like, yeah, let's not do that again.
Throw beer at the TV or something.
No, I had a wine glass. I slammed it on my desk, but unfortunately, on the way down, it hit the edge of my sound bar, and the base broke.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was just it's like how you have the round base, and then you also have that thin rod that connects the wine glass, the actual bowl part of the wine glass to the base.
Yeah.
That little rod segment broke.
Oh no, that sucks, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, man.
it's like, I'm not taping this back together. I'm like, might as well just toss it. So yeah, I'm down to 3 wine glasses now.
Yeah, alcohol in sports can be precarious.
Especially if you're drinking at the stadium with 30,000 other drunk fans.
Yeah. Especially if the 30,000 other fans meet the other fans of the opposing team that won.
Yeah,
Yeah, that can get out of hand.
Yeah, I will be very surprised if Dodgers Giants goes through and no fans get stabbed. I don't wish that on anybody.
Yeah, I know, man. It's
But
crazy.
yeah, I will be very surprised if this postseason, that doesn't happen, because this was supposed to be the saltiest division series ever, but nope, parts of it turned into the ump show. Because apparently it's like even a blind squirrel could call a better strike zone. It was that bad in Game 5. I don't want to talk about it. Maybe when the entire postseason's over, and they'll probably give me enough time to get over it. But yeah, that'll take me a while. Well, meanwhile, in the meantime, I can go cry for 6 months watching Ducks hockey. Yeah, I was like, I kind of debated getting like MLB and NHL TV, but I'm going, do I really want to burn like $20 to $30 a month where I end up just crying myself to sleep for 120 nights and staying out till 2 a.m. in the morning with all my expectations ruined?
I really want to get. I've been thinking of ESPN. What is their streaming thing called? ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus is also integrated with Hulu. The one caveat of that one is it's for ESPN Plus, it's strictly an out of market service unless it's an exclusive telecast. I know Wild at Ducks right now, and there's a few more. Those are exclusively ESPN Plus and Hulu an ESPN Plus / Hulu telecast. Those, I believe, should be available no matter where you are. The rest of the games, I believe, are out of market.
That sucks, man. So they're basically trying to force you to get cable, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's like, that's defensible if you live in the home area, but I'm like, just make it like tier 1 cable, please, if you live in their home area. The one part that really pisses a lot of people off is like people who are in the satellite areas, as in not necessarily the team's home broadcast area, but it's like some of the other counties around it. And then they're like going, it's like they don't have any TV providers who have the channel and they're blacked out. It's like, be grateful you don't live in Iowa. They're blacked out of half the central divisions.
Oh, man.
So it's like if you live in Iowa, you can't watch the Cubs, you can't watch the White Sox, you can't watch the Cardinals, you can't watch the Royals, you can't watch, I was going to say the Minnesota Twins. No, wait, the Cincinnati Reds. So you're basically locked out of Ohio, Illinois, and Missouri. And they're like, nobody in that broadcast area offers them any of those channels. I'm like, that is asinine.
It is. I remember it seemed like back in the day that there was more Braves games on antenna.
Yeah, and not to mention, it's like you also had them on like TBS.
Yeah,
and
which
then
was not a cable program,
meanwhile,
cable channel yet.
And then meanwhile, it's like you had like the Cubs like every other day on WGN. It's like, so that's where all the non-local Cubs fans came from. The only other team that was on TV almost all the time.
But the World Series is Rabbit Ears, right?
Rabbit Ears Fox.
Okay. Well, if the Braves aren't in it, I don't know if I'm even gonna watch it.
I'll watch for the Dodgers Astros Salt Fest, but beyond that, Or if it doesn't come to that, then Red Sox Braves might be a fun one. Who knows? Just like beat LA, please.
That's gonna be daily sports, right?
Huh? Wait, you were saying?
Braves. Who are the Braves playing again?
They're playing the Dodgers. It's on TBS.
TBS. Okay.
Hmm.
Is Bailey Sports? What is that? Its own separate channel?
All right. So, I know what you're talking about. It's pronounced Bally Sports.
Oh, good Bally. Okay.
That used to be Fox Sports, or at least the regional networks of Fox Sports. But when the Walt Disney Company bought out Fox, some anti-monopoly clauses said, dear Walt Disney Company, you can't own this. They sold them off to the Sinclair Broadcasting Group, and I'm not going to talk about their politics, but financially they play hardball a lot. But
I was wondering what that was when I first saw it. I was like, what is that?
It's currently the successor to the Fox Sports regional nets.
Gotcha.
So joint venture between the Sinclair Broadcasting Group and the Bally's Casino Group. But it's supposed to be a regional sports network, and usually it's a paid service. It's usually like on some providers will give it to you on basic cable. Other providers, you have to pay for like a tier 2 package, or some stupid high package where there's going to be like 15 to 20 channels you don't freaking care about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what cable is so outdated now. They really need to catch up with the times. Like, the average person is probably thinking, why can't I just get these sports things on ESPN Plus? I mean, I understand it from a financial point of view, but technologically, it just doesn't add up anymore.
Or in terms of generating fan interest.
I mean, I know a lot of people still have cable, but when I go to a lot of hotel rooms now, some of them don't even have cable anymore. They just have, like a Roku where you can put in YouTube or Netflix. And sometimes they'll have accounts already put in there.
Yeah.
Maybe someone just logged in with them. I don't know.
I gotta watch that one South Park episode one of these days. It was like, them trying to deal with like cable companies, and Time Warner Cable, their Spectrum now, they ended up taking a lot of heat because their service was bad. And then they're like, can we just cut these out? Or it's like, it's like, I don't want to watch all these channels. It's like, no, I just want to have like sports and this stuff. It's like, I can do away with all the murder porn channels.
Right. Basically all I want from cable is sports.
Yeah, and that's kind of the conundrum right now.
Turner Classic Movies sounds like, if that's still a thing, sounds sort of interesting, but I'd be fine with just like a reduced package with just sports.
Yeah, Turner Classic Movies, they'll give you a good gem every now and then, and they're pretty good when it comes to the history of film sometimes. And this is going to come a little bit off tangent, but then again, we've been off tangent since we finished the game like 40 minutes ago. This is one thing that I'm kind of particularly pissed at Comcast at since their purchase of NBC. They used to have a channel called Universal HD, and I was thinking, it's like, you could probably have like all your freaking movie catalogs. Like how some of the other channels, or at least how some of the other big studios had like their own movie channels. It's like Sony has their own movie channel, MGM has their own movie channel. stuff like that. And I was hoping that, like Universal would have done that. They could have tapped into like their whole ass library. But no, 75% of it was house reruns. I'm like, you have a whole bunch of series, and you do that. I'm like, it's like you had like Cheers, you had Frasier, you had Friends, you had like a whole bunch of other series and movies under your belt. But I'm like, why?
Did you ever see that show Catfish?
No.
It's kind of interesting, I have to admit. I mean, I've never had cable, so I only see it at like hotel rooms. It's kind of interesting. Like this one woman created like about 15 separate identities. Like, it was kind of funny because like they she would be the person that the guy was cyber dating, and then she'd be that person's mother and that person's brother. All through Facebook. And it's like, and the sad thing is, a lot of the catfishers come from Atlanta. Is a heavily, for some reason, has a lot of catfishers.
Made in Georgia.
So what kind of TV do you have? I mean, do you have just all I got is digital antenna.
Yeah, I just have a rabbit ears antenna, and then I just have a Prime Video subscription. That's about it.
Prime Video has some sports on it. Have you checked that out?
Yeah, they usually have like freebies from MLB.TV, just the freebies.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I think you'd have to pay. Otherwise, you'd have to pay for like the extra package, and at that point, it's like you might as well just get MLB TV anyway. Meanwhile, I believe, Hulu owns a big chunk of Fox's catalog, and then they got like Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. I'm like, then again, it's like the Walt Disney Company owns a chunk of Fox anyway, so what's the point?
Yeah, there's some huge companies now. Do you imagine what the payroll is like for some of those companies? I mean, just the amount of employees, especially when you consider who they contract out to also.
Yeah.
Like, I bet the Walt Disney Company, imagine who they contract out for food, janitorial support, computer support.
Like,
I think of that every time I see a Pixar movie. Like, how many computers did it take for them to put this together,
yeah.
Did you ever see any of the Toy Story movies?
Watched the first one a lot when it was on ABC. I had the second on DVD, and then I saw the third movie when it was on ABC. I was kind of sad that I didn't get to see it in the theater. But the third one kind of screwed me up. I didn't see the fourth, but from what I heard, it's just like no. It's like when you watch the fourth, it's like nobody learned anything from Toy Story 3, which kind of pissed a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm.
Or better yet, it's like Woody didn't learn a damn thing.
Interesting movies, though, huh?
Yeah, it's
it's a cool idea, in my opinion.
Their 2000s catalog was pretty good. Their 2010s catalog, I don't know. Next time, ask Matt. He's watched more of them than I have.
How long have we been talking now?
Like I said, we've been talking for 44 minutes. Like I said, we just beat the game 40 minutes ago.
Have you been following basketball at all?
No.
Who's your team for basketball?
Oh god, I don't want to say that on the air. Let's just say they're pretty fucking bad. And let's just say I don't want to engage in a rant about them because that can get into a bit. Yeah, let's just say it gets really. I don't want to say into domestic terrorist manifesto territory, but yeah, it can get bad. I'm like, yeah, there's two things I like. My day job and my flying privileges, and I don't want to lose those two just because of some ill-timed rant. I'd rather save that for bar talk.
Don't blame you. Did you ever see the Bulls in the 90s? I mean, on TV, like when Michael Jordan was on there?
No, like the NBA on NBC days. No.
Those were some interesting. Michael Jordan was a badass, man. There was also the All-Stars, like the World All-Stars. And I saw a game where Michael Jordan jumped from, I'm not even making this up, he jumped from, how there's that semicircle from the basket out that I guess marks where you do free throws from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking? He jumped from that all the way to the basket and slam dunk. Like, this man is incredibly agile.
If you're seeing my screen right now, is anything suspicious right now? I'm just running through Tacky on the Fringe. Just as a little test.
It's looking good so far.
And let me try to do some in-flight mission real quick.
You have...
I already beat the game here. I just want to go back to the hub and let's see if we can fly. Yeah, let me know if you see any tearing or flickering. Like I said, I'm rendering this through TG Voodoo right now, so...
You have...
Yeah, it's like, if you guys see any tearing or flickering, or I'll find out about it in post. Let's do a little flight op.
Pilots working for Galspan must be completely familiar with unfriendly ships that they may encounter.
This was my endgame build. I kind of don't need these missiles anymore. I just stick with guns. Damn it, what was that? I don't remember what was the single port. I need Brad's screen because I'm in B. And I don't need fog radar because I'm not in the fog anymore. Okay. Let's give this a whirl. But yeah, just let me know if you guys see anything unusual or anything terrifying, because I want to make sure that we're good to go in the next few weeks when I decide to run this through. Let's turn that off. Let me know what you guys think, and then
We can find someone.
But nothing's looking unusual to you guys so far. Alright. I have plenty of things to relearn about this game.
The skybox is a little bit blurry, but maybe that's...
Yeah. So typically, you're better off just going max speed anyway, unless you really need to close the distance. Because I have one of the perks on this one. It's the aim point module. It either fixes the convergence points of your weapons, or at least, you know, adjusts the velocity of your projectiles such that it'll line up with your target better. Yeah, I have to relearn this game a lot.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow?
Claymores are especially thick. Usually I go with one laser or one laser and a chatter cannon to cut through the hull. And cutlasses are just a starter one. Now, usually whenever I play Bora, I sell the cutlass and I keep buy a battle axe and a mace. So battle axes I think are pretty good as hull rounders. They're pretty huge though, but they get the job done and they're like the most energy efficient craft for Bora. Mace is pretty fast, but yeah, let's just say it dies when sneezed on. Cutlass, it's meh. I never got used to the Warhammer though. I don't know what the perks of that were. Claymore's a bomber, and, well, bombers are eh. Sure, you can carry all the rockets you want. Doesn't matter if you can't hit the broadside of a barn with it. And then you have to pay for every single missile and rocket pack.
Thank you for participating in the Galactic Spanning Corporation's combat training. This exercise is available on an ongoing basis for all contract employees.
Oh yeah, I didn't do the ring training courses at all.
Yeah, I didn't do those either.
Yeah, it's just something to get extra money on the side.
Oh, okay.
And to challenge your piloting skills
You have
a bit.
valid access.
One thing I've found is the enemies just really aren't that hard on this game. Maybe it gets harder later.
It'll depend on the type of craft later on. The early craft are not that difficult to deal with, but once you get to like specialized craft, that's when things start getting a little bit dicey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to use the Warhammer. I got killed in it. So, bad luck's for me. And one other thing, though, and the manual encourages this, just buy, like, one of everything, and then take the time to transfer stuff from one ship to another. You'll save a lot of money that way, especially if you're trying to save up for another starship. Although, if there's one thing that kind of did get legitimate criticism, it's, why couldn't we ever get free roaming missions?
You have valid access codes
You
to the
mean
hub
like
megagate.
just where you could fly around wherever you wanted?
Yeah, just free flight. You only can really do that in the hub. So you only get the training missions. Meanwhile, it's like when you clear the quests in the other place, you're going, ow.
Bora Recruit. You should familiarize yourself with the various ships used by our enemy, Galspan. We have set up remote-controlled Galspan fighters in our training sector.
plasma rockets are really good. If you can hit something with them, you're gonna hurt them a lot. That being said, yeah, I save those for very special occasions. Just let my lasers do the talking. But yeah, the faction differences, mostly Galspan uses guided weapons, or uses unguided. Yeah, one has missiles, the other has rockets. Though you can easily spoof missiles. I guess I can probably spoil this at this point. You never face archangels in the regular campaign. I don't know why. I'm guessing they were just broken in testing when thrown in waves. So I'm guessing it's good practice for daring to try it in multiplayer. Especially on 16-on-16 base wars or Veterans Arena mode. So, Pegasi are really fast. Fastest craft in the game. Oh, shit. Good. Phoenixes are especially thick. Ow. But yeah, watch out for swarm missiles. They hurt badly. Like, they can strip half of your hull bad. But yeah, if you want to disengage the manual, the automatic speed matching, yeah, just press the 9 key again. Next. Sometimes you might be locking up with a frozen target and matching the speed of a frozen target. Are nuts to deal with. But if you hit them, they'll die as soon as you sneeze on them. They have the weakest hull rating in the game. I've also heard like nightmare stories of O'Brien's in multi because their profile is so wafer thin. They can weave in and out of shots given the opportunity.
My work here is finished.
Tiger missiles are meh. I'd rather be more worried about disruptor torpedoes. They're pretty big, and if a disruptor hits you, say goodbye to all your shields. But they're pretty easy to shoot and counter. You don't have to dump a countermeasure on disruptors. I haven't really used sunspots all that much. But yeah, swarms.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Yeah, I had accidentally yanked my cord out. Long story, don't want to go into it.
So, everything looks fine to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
What I was trying to ask you when my thing was out, what button allocates different power levels to the different systems?
The B and M keys.
Okay.
You've done well, Jake. Feel free to come back and train against these ships as often as you need.
Looks like we've done well. But yeah, it's not like Free Space's ETS system, the energy transfer system, where, you know, you feed power to the guns, you also siphon off shield and engine charge power. It's more like just how much power are you drawing from the reactor to these things. So it just cuts down on your top speed, and that's about it. And you can just max out all three if you want. I just don't recommend doing that. Definitely keep your shields at like mid to high charge. Afterburners can go either way. Well, you can probably cut down on afterburner charge rate if you're using the slide button judiciously. And then, well, you definitely also want some weapons energy handy. There's also like emergency kickovers, say like you need to transfer like burners or energy to your shields. Although I believe the shields are supposed to recharge the fastest out of the three, so that being said, don't skimp out on your shield charge.
Is there a certain point? Is there a point coming up in the game where you have to choose sides?
That it's pretty much spelled out in the manual, Independent Station. And they recommend that you split your save file at that point, or at least before that decision.
Okay.
It's for the tips and tricks throughout the galaxy.
I probably should have looked at the manual, but
Page 56 of the manual.
Okay. So you've played both ways, right?
Yes. They take roughly the same amount of time, and sometimes they share the same side quests.
Well, it's a good thing you know that the game runs smoothly.
Yeah. I wanted to do Longbow too, but that game crashes on me too much, and I'm going, I am not spending 20-minute missions either dying or the game crashing.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we'll definitely do TACCON again. I might do like Delta Force again. I'm not doing Armored Fist live because I haven't solved all those missions and it kicked my ass, and I don't know, I'm kind of done with Comanche Gold for a while. I'll visit it again one of these days, or maybe on Veterans Day, but honestly, I think I'm kind of done with that for now. Unless, you know, you want to do online co-op, but...
Didn't Matt do that with you one time?
Yeah. And we have a bunch of hilarious, and we have a bunch of horrible things to say about it. But yeah, TACCON the Fringe, it's very mouse and keys friendly.
Yeah, it is. It's not that complicated for a space sim.
No.
Like compared to X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter. And the only way I could play X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter back in the day, since my joystick was really buggy, was through, you know, those independent game pads that used to come out, like USB ones. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
They would hook up.
not that particular one. I was always like part of the Sidewinder generation.
Oh, okay. Well, this would be like, it was basically like a sort of like a PlayStation controller, like generic controller.
Yeah.
Had 4 buttons and a directional pad. And the thing about X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter is you had to have a device like a joystick or gamepad just to play the game. They wouldn't even let you play it with just mouse and keys. And my gamepad qualified, but I've always wanted to go back to that game.
Yeah.
Probably on GOG.
Yeah, usually what I can do to get around it, like every once in a while, I could probably. Well, I probably wouldn't recommend like any direct input controller, or you could probably get away with like some console controllers, especially if you can change the axes around. I wish the Steam controller profiler would let you do that, change the axes around, because one of the things that kind of pisses me off is that for modern direct input controllers. It's like the right stick X-axis is the throttle, and the right stick Y-axis is the rudder, and you can immediately tell what's wrong with that. It's like some games will allow you to change the axes, others will not. I'm just going with the Steam profile. It's like, why can't we change these? With my Logitech F310, Logitech usually has their own profiler software, and they can allow you to change the controls to whatever you want. And some of them will have presets. Insanely enough, they have like all the commands for Falcon 4.0, all 250 of them.
Oh, that's how many there is?
Yeah, especially like some that are like Shift Alt Control X. I'm like, why can't you just make fire control easier? I'm like, okay, it's like press this for sub mode, press this to like change the radar ranges, press this to lock up the target or move the acquisition gate. The 2 bars that are on the radar screen that'll tell you, okay, I want to lock this guy up. I'm like, how hard does it have to be to just fire a missile? Apparently very.
From what I've seen from watching you play those games, the trick of the game is to get to attack first, right? I mean,
yeah,
to get the element of surprise.
Then again, with Nova Logic games, it's very cookie cutter, and they always follow this one rule. If you can be seen, you can be hit. And if you can be hit, you can be destroyed. They've always based their philosophy on that. Well, maybe except Tachyon, because Space Sims don't necessarily follow that rule.
I always thought with spaceships, if you were out in space, the way it would really, lasers in a lot of games aren't really done correctly because the laser is so fast that the minute you saw it, you would already be hit by it. It's like, yeah. But in Star Wars, aren't the lasers supposed to actually be plasma gas?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't read too much of the behind-the-scenes lore on it. I don't know. I just watched the films.
I think they're not actually going at the speed of light. That's why you can actually dodge them and everything. I might be wrong on that. I mean, they're going incredibly fast, but just not. I mean, a laser would be effectively. That's the thing. You could be kilometers away, and as long as the laser wasn't too far away where it would dissipate some, it'd be hit you instantaneously, if you know what I mean.
Thought about doing.
I'm sorry, I'm nerding out a little bit.
I thought about doing X-Wing or TIE Fighter one of these days, but I'm like, nah. Besides, there's like a whole LP series on TIE Fighter. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna match this. Especially when it's like pretty much like almost any other game back in the day. It's like, yeah, you know, it's not really so much about your piloting skill. It's so much about your ability to solve a problem. And I know for sure it's like I have to turn off the music for the later ones because the Walt Disney Company will hunt you down if you ever use the John Williams music on anything, including games that actually had the John Williams music to begin with.
That sucks, man.
When you wish upon a star. I wish the Walt Disney Company would stop sucking. Okay, well, it looks like, yeah, we've gone way beyond Half-Life, so catch you later for Phantasy Star Portable.
I might do that. It depends on what I'm doing tomorrow.
Alright.
Probably so.
Okay.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Sure thing.
What time is it going to be again? 8:15?
It'll be around 8 again.
Yeah, I'll probably be up for that.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking we've gone way beyond the original scope of what we were supposed to be doing. I'm like, yeah, like we haven't been playing Half-Life for like 61 minutes, so I think it's about high time we cut it.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. It's been nice talking to you.
Alright, so Tachyon works. So yeah, after opposing force, we'll do TAC, and then we'll see where everything falls from there. But yeah, we'll definitely do more Phantasy Star Portable on the side, and then we'll see how far I can get in that. And yeah, I want to do like a whole different RPG starting in January. I have like one or two in mind. They're gonna be long ones, and I might do Friday night and Saturday afternoon for that again, or I might just have to find some 2 hours on the weekdays, so you know I don't lose focus on it. It's not gonna be Trails. I'll think of something. I'll make it soon. Okay, you know what? I'm done rambling. Good night.
Good night.